I'm going to be real honest. I do not feel like doing this today, right now. The last 2 days, my emotions have been mad low. I've been really frustrated with myself for no reason. Maybe it's the weather. I don't know about you, but do you get like seasonally depressed and it's gotten kind of cold? But here we are. This might be episode 6 or 7, kind of losing count. But if you are new here, as of right now, this is called the Joyful Mental Attitude Podcast. And our goal, the reason we're doing this is to spark more joy. I believe that it is the catalyst to change a lot of the habits that you've been wanting to change. And it's about showing up for the inner game of life, staying in process, continuing no matter what. And I did not want to record this podcast today. Again, just frustrated with myself, with life a little bit. But we're showing up either way. One of the things that I'm constantly reminding myself, even though I can't get out of the frustration today or yesterday, is even in the process, even in the frustration, this is a part of the process. Can I still show up? Can I still remind myself? Can I still be kind? Can I still find joy? And it's been kind of hard. I also woke up ridiculously early today. And I think a combination of waking up early, being a little hungry, being frustrated, all of these things culminated, and it is not very helpful. So I did eat something just now, had my favorite drink earlier, listened to my favorite song, kind of reminding myself of today that even though I'm frustrated, it has not been the worst day. And again, I am still in progress. I am still in process. I might not have anything crazy deep to share today, but for me, this is a big deal because I'm still here and I still showed up, which means I can keep going. And I don't know about you. I don't know how your life has been. I don't know what you're going through, but I want this episode and this conversation to be a reminder to you that you can still show up. That even when it feels awkward, even when it feels frustrating, even when it feels temporary, even when it doesn't feel like yourself and you even feel like a fraud and a fake, you can still show up for yourself. And not only that, this is a part of the process. It's not always going to be good days. It's not always going to be highs. It's about being able to show up even in the mundane. And I've showed up as a dad today. I've showed up as a husband today. For the most part, I've been kind to myself and just been reminding myself we're in process. Even when it's bad, can I show up in the process? Even the days that are bad are building me and are creating in me a part of the process. The outcome doesn't change me. I don't need the outcome to make me who I want to be. I am becoming who I want to be in the process. And it's days like today that if I can still show up for myself, for my family. Usually I'm recording these podcasts during the day in the morning, but I've just had a rough day today. So I'm recording at night. But again, I'm just recording to remind more. Some of these are more for me than they are for you, but I think together we can build and together we can learn that even in the process, it's not always going to look pretty, but it is the process. I was recently reading a book of a Harvard professor. He was a genius in his field, and he was asked to come teach at a boys' home full of boys that were crippled, handicapped, they couldn't speak. And he talked about the tension and the awkwardness of what do you do when you are around people that cannot basically cheer you on for how good you are, for how smart you are, for how talented you are. What do you do when you're around people that cannot recognize your talent? Can you, even in those environments, still be good to those people? Or do we are only good to the people that can praise us or recognize our talent? And he talks about the difficulty of being able to still be full of goodness to people that don't see his talent, what he's capable of being, this brilliant professor. But these boys that cannot even think him or cannot work with him, he was just a person that was being there for them. And it just really shocked me. He says that if you can bring goodness to people that can't even acknowledge you and how good you are, then you can have goodness anywhere. And that's what this is about. A process of being able to, in any circumstance, remind yourself that we are in the process. It is not the outcome that makes us who we are. It is the process that makes us who we are. And so I don't know what you're after, but here's what I do know, that together we can remind ourselves that the process is making us who we want to be. That it is the process that is really forming us. The outcome, the finish line, doesn't show us who we really are. It's the process that shows us who we really are. And I didn't want to show up today, but I did. And so did you. Whether you're listening to this in the morning or another time, remind yourself that today has not been as bad as you think it was. And that more than anything, even if it was that bad, the process is still shaping you and you can still show up in the process. Being shaped in the process. Can we have joy in the process? I don't know. It's just been a weird day. Just wanting to, again, for myself, show up to this. Let's take a deep breath together and be grateful for the process. Be grateful that we're still alive. Be grateful that we're working on ourselves, that we are pursuing joy even in the mundane, boring days that don't feel worth it to show up. I'll be honest, other than these 2 days, it's been so fun to have these conversations, so fun to pursue this. I feel excited. I feel a spark. I feel generated. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to create. I'm ready to build. But the last day and a half, I don't have that. And I'm kind of running on this kind of old me cycle and mentality, but I can't let this ruin me, and I can't fully let it in. And so me showing up for the camera, me showing up for the mic, me showing up to remind us to pursue joy, that's me putting in the action to remind myself what we're after. This is me proving to myself in action that I can still show up even when the process sucks. And so can you. If I can do it, so can you. Thanks for tuning in for this episode. We'll see you next time. Hopefully the clouds break a little bit, but even if they don't, we're going to show up. Show up with me. This has been David from Joyful Mental Attitude, where we tackle the inner game of life to pursue joy. We take inventory of the hard days and the good days, and we are trying to pursue joy in the way we run our businesses, in the way we run our lives, in the way we parent, and the way we husband, and the way we're just around for the people in our lives, and even for those we don't know. Because joy is a catalyst for radical change, where you can be kind to yourself, even when the process sucks, like today. But I wanted to be real, and I wanted to put it all on the table. I don't want to be, sometimes I'll be mad excited to be on the mic, to share with you, to talk to you. But today is not one of those days, but I still wanted to show up for myself and for you. Peace. Let's build. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment. Let me know how you're feeling. How are these podcast episodes finding you? Follow me on Instagram at Dave Gomez TX. We'll see you tomorrow on the next one. Joyful Mental Attitude. Take it wherever you go.